right, this question comes from Jorge. Your question is regarding traveling with food. How do I travel with food? And I happen to be in a lucky situation that most of my traveling as a pro bodybuilder, I would have a connection at whatever city or country we're going to. If it's in the U.S., a lot of the time I will bring my own food. That way I know exactly what it is, how it's prepared, the exact measurements. And what I'll do is I'll put them together. Sometimes I'll just separate them in Ziploc baggies per meal and then put it in a big Tupperware and freeze it. I freeze it overnight and then I bring it in a cooler the next day. By the time I reach my destination, it might be starting to unthaw, but it's still frozen or partly frozen. It's still cold. I'll pack my meals with that I'm going to eat on the flight or during that day of travel. Obviously not frozen, but just put them in there. They'll stay cold. So by the time I reach my destination, I will, even if they're starting to unthaw, I can put them in the fridge wherever I'm at, and my meals will be all set. If I don't have that luxury, I have traveled to India, I've traveled to China. I got through the customs and they took my food. In India, I made it through, but it had already started long unthawing. So what I'll do in those cases is I will contact a friend either in that country or the promoter of an event and see what options we have. Now in modern day 2018, there are so many prep companies, there's so many different people who are willing to accommodate you and understand the importance of food. So they'll do their best. And usually it works out well. Particularly if it's for a show, the promoter will know how to take care of us. But in the States, if it's just for, a quick weekend guest posing or a 2-day trip, I will normally just bring my own food if I'm dieting. If I'm not dieting, I'm not worrying about it. But that's it. I'll freeze my stuff, bring it, get it to a fridge as quickly as possible, and it's usually perfect. And that's it. So it's very simple. Today is very easy. Almost every city you'll go to will have a prep company that preps food for athletes and for the everyday person who just wants to eat clean. So we're very lucky in modern day. But back in the day, when I was an amateur in the 90s and we'd have to travel, that's exactly what we had to do. We'd have all our food prepared, freeze it, put it in a cooler. It was funny. Some guys, I remember, would have a big plastic igloo cooler taped up with all their food in it, and they would check it in. And you would see it come off on the conveyor belt. Someone's cooler rolling down, all taped up. But I try to fit it in a cooler in a, small enough that I can carry it on with me. The last thing I want to lose is my food. And but that's it. Yeah, today we have all the luxuries that we could possibly dream of. So it's not a big deal traveling with food or getting the proper food once you get to your destination. So just pack enough to eat on your flight or your day of travel. So hope that helps, and good luck, Jorge.
Alright, this is the Boston Mass. Thanks again for watching. Now, if you're not subscribing, subscribe now. Tell all your friends to subscribe. If you haven't, do it now. Alright?